Hey, what's up guys? I'm Colton, Lindsay. Welcome to the Real Estate Hustlers Facebook group. Thanks for being here. How would you like to know what's stopping realtors from going to from 150K to 500,000 plus per year? Well, it's super simple. I'm going to dive right into that today. Make sure if you are watching this live, you put an L down below. If you're watching the replay, you drop an R for reply. So here's what I've observed being in the business for 13 years, working with over 1,000 buyers or sellers, and working with thousands and thousands of realtors. There's 5 levels of real estate agents that you've heard me talk about. Inside of Real Estate Hustlers, I like to talk about level 4s and 5s. So what I found out, if a realtor can get to a peak state in their business, it's usually level 3. Probably $250,000 a year most is what they get to, but most of them are getting stuck way less than that, and at best $150,000. So what keeps us from going to that $150,000 to $500,000, closing that gap of $350,000? It's one thing. It's getting out of the headspace. 10% of our success is going to be the skill set, the how-to, the strategy, the structure, but 90% is that story going up on here, psychologically and emotionally, that allows us to take a new action. Because no matter what level you're at, if you're 50 grand a year, 150 grand a year, $250,000 a year, your current actions are being created because of your current thoughts and emotions that you've been doing over and over again for the last little while. So if we want new results, which means new revenue, new growth, new expansion, new leverage, new results into our business, we've got to take new action. In order to take new action, we've got to change the story going on. In order to change the story going on, we've got to change the state, the emotional state. So we've got to focus that 5% of our mind every single day, the conscious space, the place that we are aware of, paying attention to our patterns, disrupting those patterns, creating new patterns into our unconscious mind so that we can then create more leverage, more leadership, and become owners versus operators. Where most business owners get stuck is they're not really business owners because they have to work every single day in their business to keep things even going. But what if you didn't have to? What if all you had to do was influence and create value? That's the quickest way to go over $500,000, $1 million a year. So let's talk about this. Level 4 agents, what they gotta be focusing on is their leadership skills. Too often between level 3 and 4, at that $150,000 to $250,000 a year, we're so busy doing stuff we're not creating, we're not leading, we're doing all the time. So become a great leader. Focus on this idea that leaders create leaders. This requires you got to bring people into your organization that you can actually lead. This is where leverage and leadership meet. Leverage starts with tools and systems and things like that. Leadership mixed with leverage begins to where you actually bring people into the organization that believe into your vision and want to grow it. Level 5 is where those leaders you've been working on as a level 4, they now take ownership of operating the systems, of operating what you've been working on together to create, so you can focus on what you're great at and what you're passionate about and then generate new revenue streams. So if you want to be able to get to that level, if you want to be able to grow to $500,000, $750,000 a year, starts right here. You got to spend multiple hours a day. I did an interview the other day with a guy named Nick McLean. Multiple units, 400 units a year sold. And he said the biggest thing that I had to do differently is I was working on myself 3 to 4 hours a day. So here's my question to you, whether you're watching live or replay. How many hours a day are you consciously working on programming your unconscious mind? How many hours a day are you consciously creating your vision, your life, your finances, your health, the things that you want to develop? Because at level 3, you get stuck not creating, but you get stuck doing all the time. Spend 3 to 4 hours a day consciously creating your vision and then feed it with energy, and it will naturally grow itself when you take those actions. Thanks for being here, gang. A couple things I want to suggest. Number 1 is there's a free training. It's called the 5 Levels of Real Estate Agent, where I go over what the 5 levels are in depth. Watch it absolutely free. Second thing is there's an application. It's called www.thewrmastermind.com. We are taking applications for realtors that want to grow beyond level 3. They want to go to level 4, level 5 into their real estate business. We're taking applications for a mastermind right now. If that's you, make sure you go apply. We'll see you later.